Hey, what's up, Dean Super Performance? We are down here working on Mike's Mustang. Today is the day we get the cage. So I got everything unpackaged, laid out on the floor. I know these are our back bars. These are our A-pillars. Two of those are door bars. Not really sure what the other two are. And then the two shorties are the little diagonals that come off the main hoop to the floor. It's possibly a dash bar. I would imagine one of them is a dash bar and one of them is a seatbelt bar. And those are probably the same length. So I might have to actually take the dashboard out, but that's okay, no big deal. And then, so there's 6 plates. So it'd be 2, 4, and 6 plates. So far, what I measured, I don't like Mustang cages when they go in front of this backseat hump. The frame rail, I wish I had a light in here. Kind of do. The frame rail is right here, in between these two. No, sorry. In between these pinch welds, you can kind of see there's pinch welds. So this is the frame rail right here, and it runs back. So there's nothing going in between there, and then somewhere up in here, it ends for the front. But I don't like when the bar comes down out here. For me, it's too far forward. If you look at the door seal, is almost in line with that hump there. You can see it better on that side. It's almost in line. Where's my finger? Where's my finger? My finger's gone. There it is. So it's very much in line with that door seal. So the bar would be out in front of the door. So far, what I measured is the main hoop, the width, I'll be able to get away with. The halo, if you want to call it the halo, I will be able to leave enough on there that the bar ends up here. Now, another thing I hate about halos is the bar is straight across the front. I might try to, no, I won't be able to because they already pre-bent it. If I was to try and roll this arch like I did in Sean's Mustang, it would fold the legs in, and you can't unfold the legs. So we'll have to leave it like that, but I'll try and get it as far forward as I can. It'll probably end up somewhere just in front of the curve of the door. And then the A-pillars, we'll tuck them as far as we can and try and land them through the speaker holes, or as close to the speaker holes. Probably just trim this edge and this front edge and land them through there. That'll position them somewhere right around in here, so it'll kind of keep the cage a little more hidden. I don't like seeing cages. When you look through a door, if you see the bar, the top bar, like if you look at my truck, the top bar sits down like this, and it's just stupid because it gives you less headroom. The bar being in front of the door gives you less entry room, if that's what you want to call it. Usually it's not a big deal because your seat is there, but I don't like seeing it, so we're not doing it that way. I don't ever do them that way. A lot of people don't do them that way, but so far what I measured is my height on both legs, and I stand it up upside down, so that way there my measurement should be pretty even. My floor is somewhat even, but these bars are always cut a little different because you see they're laser cut. You can't really see it on that one. You can see it on this one with all the slag. These are just laser cut. So they're rough cuts. You always have to trim it down. This bar is uneven. One leg's quite a bit longer than the other. I don't know if the toolbox will show it. Yeah, you can kind of see it with the toolbox. This side over here is about an inch shorter. So keeping that in mind, I measured a short side. I see how far I could push it forward to make sure I could put the bar there. So what I went ahead and did, and the way I do it, I don't do the dry ice trick. I take a MAP gas torch and I just heat the insulation with a gasket scraper, and as it starts to loosen, it scrapes it up, and it does a pretty good job. And I'll finish it off. I'll probably end up squaring this over like that or not, but I am going to bend the plate, being that it's 3/16. My little bender, I don't think will bend that. I'll probably blow the thing apart, but I'm going to give it a shot at bending this plate to land here, come down, and then land here, and try and make it. It's not going to be even. You got about 1.5 inches here, about 1 inch here, so that's 2.5, but it'll be close to the bar being 3 inches on center for the plate. I believe the plates are 6x6. They're right here. They should be 6x6 because that's the minimum. Why not do the minimum? Yeah. So, well, yeah, not quite 6x6. 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Yeah, you know, minimum. But this plate will end up being, you know, might not even have to. I gotta measure it out, because the bar will be, you know, the center of the bar, and then I'll make that the center of the plate, and then I'll measure over to my bends. So I'm gonna get to work on that side, cleaning up the insulation off the floor, and then zip tie that up. I zip tied this harness up, so I'll zip tie that up out of the way. That way I don't burn any wires or nothing like that. And then, yeah, so I'll set up the phone and get to work. Okay, let's shut the welder off so it's not humming away. But as you see in the hyperlapse, I'm on this side, and I got the whole spot cleaned up. The plate, basically I can't bend the plate, so I cut the top section off. I did end up bending the bottom. I did a back cut, bent it in, then I welded the back cut, and then stuck it in there, and then went ahead and welded it in. I know that's where the plate is going to go, so I welded it in so that this way it can kind of cool down while I prep that side, weld that side in. Then I'll prep the bar to go in, and I will probably only put like 2 tacks on the bar, 1 on each side. That's probably all I'll put. But so you can see, like, oof, like all the tools to clean it up. And it takes a good, like, you know, you don't think it's that much, but you really have to get like down inside of here. You see the little gray that is some of the putty left, and then like even this in here is some of the seam sealer that's left. So you really got to get it clean to be able to get a good weld on it. And from doing one side, you learn how to do this side. That's why now it's rolled all the way over and down. But even like inside these grooves, like that little bit of gray, I'll end up cleaning that out. A lot of the acetone will take a lot of it off. So like where you just can't always get in here, you have to find a different tool, and that's why I got that brush, the, what are those called? Scotch-Brite pads. I got a whole bag of them. So the Scotch-Brite pads work good for like the edge. You could take the edge of the pad and kind of stick it like that. You're not supposed to use them like that, but it works good to get down inside that groove. Let me see if I can. Yeah, something like that. So, except for where you have something that bumps the tool, obviously it's a little bit harder, but you can roll the edge up and get inside there, and it almost fits perfect inside that seam. That's why along down in there's somewhat clean. I got the edge to clean up still, but like I said, the acetone will wipe a lot of the leftover paint stuff off, which I always acetone. I'll acetone it and I'll look and I'll check, and I'll probably end up using 9 drills again. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little break my knees, and then I'll come back and I'll weld this plate in. While I'm sitting over there, I will probably form the plate to match that one, put it on this side. I already know it just goes to the front edge. There's nothing scientific to it. And then I'll get that done up, and then we will move forward. All right, well, my phone died, so I spent a good 2 hours or so thinking it was recording, but it wasn't. So it is what it is. But I got the halo hoop, if you want to call it that, fitted. It's super tight, I mean, as tight as you can get it. Oh, look at that booger, huh? It's above the door, which I like, and it's got barely any gap along that frame rail over there. I'll have to get that off later because it's super hot, but it's tight. The bars are fully welded all the way up and around. That's what the booger's from. That I dropped, so I tacked this in, the halo, I tacked it in, made sure it was right. I built both of these, set them in there, got them, you know, the best I could. They're not great, but they're there, they're even. Then I took these back out, dropped the main hoop down, welded the tops of those. You can see, I don't know if you can see it or not. Sort of, kind of. Almost looks like I missed that one. No, there. Yeah, you can see. The booger goes over it. Yeah, you can't see nothing. Yeah, you can see it goes up and over it. Oh, I forgot one over there. I'll knock that one out real quick. But so then I set it back in place and put these bars back in. Made sure they were even with the plates. The plates, I also ran them up the side. So it's not 6 inches out on the floor. It's half up, half down. And that gives it like the midpoint is half and half. So I did that. Got them all welded in. The front bars are welded in. So, and going up the bar like that is just something extra. I did it on both sides. You can kind of see the burn mark going up. Welds are okay. They're not great. It's MIG welding. So I'm going to knock that one out over there. Then tomorrow, come in. Yeah, and I took the dash out too. So I got the dash. Yeah, dash is out, obviously. So tomorrow I'll come in and I will do the 2 rear bars, the seat bar. The door bars I'll do last. He has these swing out kit. So I'm gonna knock that out tomorrow. Hopefully get I should be able to get the rest of the cage done because these rear bars are pretty easy. Just get them on top of the frame rail. I'm gonna try and get them I like to set them over the shock bar. But that's not really an option with his, being that the mini tubs and then the shock mounts are all there. So I'll get them as close as I can to the tubs. I may even take and put a little bend in the long end so that I can get that bar out here and then turn down. I'll see where they land. I may not bend them. I may bend them. Just all depends on where they land, how they look. And then yeah, I mean, once I get those, the seatbelt bar, the dash bar, all that is pretty easy. Most likely I will roll the dash bar so it curves in to the dashboard, and then I'll do the 2 diagonals and that'll be it. So for this one, that's it. It's 5:30. I'm going home right after I do that last weld. Appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of new videos. Leave me a comment, all that good stuff. Have a good day.